Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be upcycling a pair of pants into a patchwork skirt and also taking some of the leftover material and making a detachable fanny pack that you can wear on the front, back, or the side. Like always, this is a super easy upcycle project, so if you're new to sewing, you should have no problem following the easy step-by-step tutorial. With all that being said, let's get started. Getting started with supplies, you'll need one pair of pants, and you can use any style of pants for this project. The pair of pants I'm using is on the skinnier side, so if you're looking to make a bigger bag, I recommend finding a wider leg pant. But anyways, moving on to the first step, and that's preparing the pants. So what we're going to do is measure down 2 to 3 inches on the inseam from the center seam and cut off the pant legs. We will be using the pant legs to make the bag in later steps, but for the moment we can place them off to the side. To make the skirt, we need to open up the bottom, so we're going to de-thread the remaining portion of the inseam, along with the front portion of the center seam to the bottom of the fly. The goal is to de-thread high enough so when you overlap the two sides, the whole front panel sits flat. And we'll come back to the front side, but for now we can flip to the back side and de-thread the center seam to the middle of the pockets. And the same rule applies. We want to de-thread high enough so when we overlap the two sides, the back panel sits flat. If you need to de-thread higher than the middle of the pockets, you can totally do so. I like to start at that point and then work my way up. The bottom point has a raw edge, so what I'm going to do is roll that raw edge under so it's nice and clean. And once you have the backside sitting flat, we're going to place pins along the seam. When it comes to the placement of the stitch, we're actually going to place the stitch directly in the old factory stitch path. Typically this will be a double stitch seam, so what we're going to do is place a single stitch in each one of the stitch paths. Flip back over to the front side and repeat the process. Overlap the two sides so the front panel is sitting flat. Pin the two sides together, take it to your sewing machine, and place a stitch in each one of the stitch paths. For the best results, I do recommend matching your thread color to what's on the pants to hide any small imperfections. It's also going to blend better and give it the illusion that it was made as a skirt in the first place. Next, we're going to clean up the bottom edge by trimming off any overlapping areas and making it nice and clean. This step may vary based on the pants you're using. You might have more or less overlap, and you can also take this time to adjust the height. Along with the height, you can also adjust the curvature of the bottom edge. You can have it a flat line, curve upwards to one side, or anything you would like. But anyways, moving into the next step, and that's cutting out the shapes within the skirt. For this step, you can realistically cut any shapes you would like, but usually I like to avoid the fly area and any major seams like the pocket, center, or sides. Now you can go over these, and I'll show you how to do that in later steps, but you first want to get down your base layer shapes. Again, you can make these any size in any shape. I like to try to cover most of the surface area and also add a variation of sizes. We will be adding another layer after we add the first layer, so don't worry if you don't have all the surface area covered. It's also best to do one side at a time, but feel free to jump ahead and do the back with the front. But now that we have our shapes, we can place the skirt off to the side and grab the pant legs. In this step, we're going to be cutting the new shapes, but before we do that, we want to open up the pant legs, so we're going to cut down both of the side seams. Lay out the pant legs with right sides facing up, and for this step, we only need one, so we can place the other one off to the side. Grab all of the shapes that we cut out of the skirt and lay them out on the pant leg. And you're going to want to lay them out in a way that you'll have enough space in between both shapes to create a 1-inch buffer. This means for each shape, you're going to want to cut 1 inch out from the outside edge. You want to give yourself enough allowance so it's easy to reattach these shapes onto the skirt. We're going to be cutting more shapes out of the pant leg, but for the moment we can place it off to the side. Grab the skirt and start pairing up the new shapes with the opening on the skirt. As you can see, the new shape is a lot bigger than the opening that's on the skirt. This is exactly what we're going for, and there's two ways to do this. You can keep the shape on top of the skirt, or you can put it under the opening. Each way has its own look and its own style, but the attachment process is the same. We're just going to be sewing around the outside edge. Once you decided on the method, go ahead and place the rest of your shapes. This is where the 1-inch allowance really comes into play, so we're going to place that stitch as far as we can away from the outside edge, so that way when we run it through the dryer, it's going to fuzz up the outside edge. And the further we place that stitch away from the edge, the more fuzzy and distressed it's going to look. But anyways, once you're ready, take it to your sewing machine and stitch around the outside edge of each one of your shapes. This can be tricky, so just take your time with each shape. And that's really the full process of adding this style of patch to your skirt. The cool thing about it is that you don't have to be limited to the pants you're using. You can actually swap these patches out for different material, different fabrics, different shirts. So definitely play around with it and have some fun. For this next step, we're going to be adding another layer of shapes on top of the first layer. And this step is optional, but it does give it a dynamic look. Just like with the first step, we're going to cut out the shape, but we're going to go through the existing shapes and also the side seam. Cut out your new shape with a 1-inch buffer around the outside edge. Place the new shape in the opening and stitch around the outside edge. I went through the process a little bit quick, but it's the same exact process as adding the first layer of shapes. The only difference with this layer is that we're going through pre-existing seams and shapes. And you can actually continue on adding more layers, giving the project more depth. And we didn't get to the backside just yet, but the shapes are going to be added the same exact way. The only obstacle on the back is that you run into the back pockets. The two ways to get around this is that you can cut directly through the pocket, or you can de-thread the pocket, add the shapes, and then reattach the pocket. Either method works just fine. The last thing I'm going to add is this button snap column that I found at the bottom of the pants. Yours probably won't have this, but if it has a similar feature, this is how you're going to add it. I'll be placing mine along the side seam, and again I have a 1-inch buffer, so I'm going to first cut out that shape, remove the shape, and place the button column on the inside of the skirt. Now all we have to do is take it to the sewing machine and stitch around the outside edge. Just like that, you have a nice button column along the side, and I know your pants might not have this button column to use, but it might have a similar feature, and you're going to use the same steps. Add that 1-inch buffer and sew it just like we did the shapes. And that's going to complete the skirt portion of the video, but feel free to continue on by adding more layers, but for the moment I'm going to place the skirt off to the side and grab the remaining pant leg. I purposely left one pant leg so I could create the fanny pack. Now this is a super simple fanny pack, and what we're going to do is fold the pant leg in half and cut out the basic shape of a fanny pack with the angled sides. The bottom edge will be rolled over, and you're also going to want to leave enough material at the top of the pant leg to create the side panels. This new strip is going to become our zipper side panel, and we want to cut it to the same width as the fanny pack. Now we can place the bottom bag section off to the side and grab a zipper. The zipper you're using can be any size. I cut mine to the same width as the panel, but it's actually going to be shorter once we sew it on. And we're using a special technique. We're actually going to place the right side of the zipper to the wrong side of the fabric, aligning the zipper in the center of the panel. From here, we're going to sew around the outside edge of the zipper in a box formation. You may want to mark the zipper path with chalk so you don't accidentally sew on the zipper. Now that we have the zipper attached, we're going to expose it by cutting directly down the center of the box. Typically, you wouldn't add a zipper this way because of the raw edges, but I want those raw edges exposed so it works perfectly. The last thing we're going to do is trim the zipper ends. Next, we're going to attach the side panels, and you can cut these out in any shape. I'm also placing the wrong sides together to expose the raw edge. Take it to your sewing machine and sew at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You can place the right sides together and hide the raw edge, but I want to stick with the theme of the skirt. Moving right along, grab the main portion of the fanny pack along with buckles. These buckles will be used to attach the fanny pack to the skirt. I also cut a small strip out of the scraps, fold it in half, and fed it through the buckle. You want this scrap to be long enough so you can sew it into the fanny pack. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to place it right along the edge of the main panel. Since we're sticking with the exposed edges, we're going to place it on the wrong side. Pin one to both sides and line up the side zipper panel with the top edge. Fold the main panel in half, then line up the opposite side of the side zipper panel, and continue on lining up the outside edges of the side panels. If done correctly, all the edges should line up. If you need to make any adjustments, feel free to trim down the side panels or main panel. Now we're going to sew it together by sewing the zipper edges first and then the side panels. Again, I'm sewing at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And that's going to complete the bag, and yeah, it's a super simple design, but you can always change up the side panels or the main panel depending on how much fabric you have to work with. The last thing we have to do is attach the opposite side of the buckle to the skirt, and I think the easiest way to do this is to attach it to the belt loops. So I'm going to cut a few longer strips, feed it through the buckle, and then feed it through the belt loop. And feel free to feed it through any belt loop on the waistband. And now all you have to do is take it to the sewing machine and stitch the loop. After sewing, trim the loop to size, and your detachable fanny pack is complete. As you can see, my edges look way different. This is because I ran it through one wash cycle. I did a standard wash with a medium heat dry. And the more cycles you run it through, the fuzzier those edges are going to look. I also added branding. I used leather strips added with double-sided rivets. This is a great way to go, but you can always switch it up, use embroidery, screen print, or even woven tags. The edges on the patch area didn't get as fuzzy as the bag. This is because this pair of pants has a lot of spandex in it, so the edges aren't going to get as fuzzy as I would like, but over time they will get a little bit more distressed. So this is something you want to watch out for if you want those edges exposed and looking really fuzzy. But if you're not going for the exposed edge look, then you don't need to worry about it. Other than that, I hope you picked up a few new skills that you can use in other sewing projects. And there you have it, your patchwork skirt and fanny pack is complete. Hopefully yours turned out as good as mine did. I know if you're using a wider pair of pants, you're going to have a lot more material to work with, and you can make a bigger bag. The pair I used was on the skinnier side, so I didn't have a lot of material to work with. But the bag turned out good, and it was actually the perfect size. You can also easily change up the shape of the bag, and if you have enough material, you can make any style of fanny pack. Another fun thing to do is swap out the denim panels within the patchwork skirt. You can use any style of fabric, and it's really going to bring out a different look. But like always, I'd love to see what you come up with, so tag me on Instagram at Properfit Clothing, and until then, I'm going to keep the videos coming at you, so I'll see you next time.